The way we consume content in the modern day, we chew this up and we spit it out. And I understand that it is our fault as consumers, as fans, as the developers, as all of us have created this culture. TikTok videos, Vines, YouTube videos, everything is short. Did you know that in the 1800s, 1826, The Last of the Mohicans, a huge book. I think this book has like thousands of pages in it. It's huge. All right, maybe 1,000 pages, not thousands. It's a really, really big book. This book was one of the most popular books at the time in the United States, meaning that the average person, the average guy on the street, doesn't matter their race, their age, their gender. This was one of the most popular books in our country, and it was thousands of pages. The vocabulary in this book is incredulous. It's just, I don't even know what half of the words mean inside of it because it's just not of our time. And we've gone from media like that, a 1,000-page book that might take you 10 years to read, to bite-sized TikTok videos, Vines, YouTube videos, photos, whatever you want to talk about. And sure, there was photography back then. Let's not get hung up on the fact that I said photos. But our media consumption and the media input into our lives has changed so drastically. Think about the news. Before, even in my lifetime, and I'm sure most of your lifetimes, even if you're a teenager right now listening, the news used to be this thing where a story would last a week, or there would be even a breaking story that would shatter someone's reputation if there was like a scandal for months. Now the media, the cycle is so fast. I don't even think it's a day sometimes. I mean, think about Brett Kavanaugh. Do you guys remember when he got accused of all those allegations? That was in 2018. I have to double check that. Brett Kavanaugh. 2018, summer of 2018. That feels like years ago. And it was 3 years ago, but I mean, it feels like 10 years ago. It feels like 15 years ago. Our cycles of media move so fast that you can't keep up with it anymore. And the way Call of Duty comes out with their content now in this drip feeding method, I don't like it. Okay, I don't. If they were going to do the drip feed method, then when they have their big spouts of content that they're going to disperse, they need to address all of the modes. But instead, it seems like they do a little bit of multiplayer, a little bit of zombies, and a little bit of Warzone, kind of all sort of simultaneously happen. But each season so far has really just been dedicated to one mode. Season 1 was probably more dedicated to Warzone. I think that's when we got Rebirth Island. We got some new multiplayer maps, but it was mostly remasters. Then season 1 Reloaded / season 2, we started to see zombie stuff. Outbreak came, and now we're focusing a little bit on multiplayer with the 6v6 maps, the Fireteam maps, and basically Treyarch's doing this thing where we have little pools of content, and they're kiddie pools, and you can dip your toe in, and you can touch the bottom, and your ankle is still exposed in the air, and that's how shallow the content pools are in this game. Because Treyarch wants you to hang out in each kiddie pool. They want you to go to kiddie pool A and play some multiplayer, and then when you're tired of that, they want you to go kill some zombies, and then they want you to go play Warzone. Well, not everybody likes every mode, and I know Treyarch works hard. Don't even get me started on that. I know that these guys work hard. I'm not trashing the devs. I'm trashing the amount of content they're putting out because I genuinely miss the old Call of Duty content methods. I miss the season pass. I like having a structured idea of what I'm getting myself into as a customer. And honestly, I don't know what we're getting ourselves into. It's meaningless. It feels like we just randomly get stuff now. And it would be fine if it was random yet structured. And it's not like that at all. And now that Call of Duty has upwards of 9 studios working on the franchise, basically 6 to 8 studios working on the game at any given time, I don't understand why we can't have more content coming into the game. And before you say, hey, Alex, there's tons of content updates all the time. Yes, in-shop updates, game mode shuffling of of content around inside of multiplayer. But Zombies doesn't really get content updates. I mean, we have Outbreak now, and we have Onslaught, and then traditional Zombies, but they don't really get that many game mode updates. We have Containment. That's the biggest one, and only PlayStation fans have that. But now, according to Kotaku, as of a few days ago, Activision has now taken their final studio that they own called Toys for Bob and is making them run support for Warzone. These are the guys that just put out Crash Bandicoot 4, which people loved that game. People love this new Crash Bandicoot. It was called like It's About Time or something like that. And it was, I don't think it was like the best game ever, but people loved it. It was a fun little thing. It was another part of Activision's franchises that people loved. Tony Hawk, Crash Bandicoot, Call of Duty. I mean, that's kind of their big three. So right now on this list of 9 developers, we have Toys for Bob working on Warzone Season 3, Raven Software, which is doing Warzone entirely. They've been a support studio since 2010. Activision Shanghai does Call of Duty Online. They mostly do stuff in China, obviously. Demonware is a server support studio for Call of Duty. High Moon Studios helps Call of Duty. Beanox has been working on COD since Black Ops 3. And then we have Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer, who have been taking turns putting out the games for the last decade. I mean, this is crazy. There is no developer under the Activision umbrella, minus the Blizzard section, that is not working on COD. And they're not working on any other titles, which means for now, for the foreseeable future, this is how our Call of Duty is going to be. Just putting out microtransaction updates, store updates, and not giving us the actual feasible content. I would have no problem buying more microtransactions if they were regularly, God, that word's hard to say, putting out new maps, but they're not. Like, why haven't we got a new Zombies map? I get it, we're getting Outbreak, but Outbreak it's like a mode that works for multiplayer fans, Warzone fans, and zombie fans. They're taking the maps and putting them all over the place. And I'm not complaining that they're reusing assets. I'm not complaining about that stuff. I'm complaining about the idea of the traditional COD fan. Maybe I'm just not meant to play this game anymore. Maybe they're pushing people like me out, and that's all right. If that's what it's going to be, then maybe I just won't play anymore. And I'm not trying to say you shouldn't play or you're dumb if you play or you're dumb if you don't play. I'm just telling you how I feel about this franchise and where it's going, what it's doing, and how it's not keeping my retention with this new model. This new model feels trite, and it feels like it perpetuates that model of content consumption that, in my opinion, is really unhealthy. Binge watching Netflix shows, binge watching TikTok compilations, chewing through a Zombies map in a day and a half. I mean, all I do when I play Zombies now is go for high rounds, or I play Outbreak for an hour while I listen to a podcast. I can't find myself playing it to enjoy an Easter egg anymore. I can't find myself going to Zombies to play like I used to with Black Ops 3, when I would try to do the Drak Easter egg in under an hour and try it with just the RK5 or something like that. I don't want to do that anymore. Maybe I've changed as a player, and while I do believe that to be true, I also think the franchise of COD has changed so much that the fact that it's missing that structure and caters to that rampant content consumption, it just doesn't feel like a game I necessarily want to play all the time. But I probably will, because I'm addicted, and that's just how life goes. It's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.